In this video, I'm going to show you how to install the PVS Automotive paddle shifter in your FG Falcon. First up, what's in the box? Inside your box, you will find instructions, just in case you don't want to follow this video, some wiring for the receiver, the wireless sender and receiver, and the backing plate for the steering wheel that has the paddle shifters. We're going to start by wiring up the receiver.
First thing we'll need to do is remove the kick panel here to get access to the wiring. To remove this kick panel, we have to first remove the trim along here, and then we can pull the rubber seal out a bit, then we can get this kick panel off.
Next, we can pull this rubber seal out and gently remove this side panel. First, disconnect the battery. We'll be grounding the wiring for our receiver unit on this grounding point here. We'll need to attach these three wires to this point: black, orange, and green. Because this black ground wire is the only one with a ring terminal on it, I'm actually going to cut it off and then crimp all three of these wires together in a ring terminal so that they can attach nice and securely to this grounding point.
Crimp.
I've left this bolt a little bit loose for now, just to give myself some flexibility while I attach the rest of the wiring. If you have a Mark 1, you'll be attaching wiring to both of these plugs. If you have a Mark 2, skip this next step with the yellow wire and move on to the second plug. After that, there will be instructions for attaching the yellow wire for the Mark 2.
Firstly, I'm just going to unplug this one to make the job a bit easier for myself. In this corner, I'm going to locate the pink wire with the silver strip, and on this one, I'm going to tap the yellow receiver cable.
Now obviously the prettiest way to do this would be to remove the pin from the plug and crimp both the wires together on a new one and put that in the plug, and it would look really nice, but I don't have any of those specialist tools needed to de-pin and all that sort of stuff, and I'm doing this in a way that shows that anybody, any day, can just do the wiring necessary to make these paddle shifters work.
With that done, I'm going to plug this plug back in. It's now safe and sound in there. Next, we're going to locate this plug.
If you have a Mark II, this is the point in the timeline that you should have jumped to. Both Mark I and Mark II will be looking for two wires, a brown with a white stripe and a grey with a red stripe. You'll find them both on the third pin along the plug as you're looking at it now. Additionally, the Mark II will be looking for a purple wire with a black stripe. The brown and white striped wire will be attached to our blue wire, and the grey and red stripe wire will be attached to our red wire. For the Mark IIs, the purple and black wire will be attached to the yellow wire. So just to recap, brown and white to blue, grey and red to red, and then for Mark IIs, purple and black to yellow.
Give myself a little more space to work with. Bit of the heat shrink, crimp, the brown with white stripe, and our blue cord. We're going to plug this back in, ready to be tucked away. Now our white wire is not used in the Falcon. This is because this unit has been used in other vehicles as well. This is redundant in the Falcon, we don't need to worry about it. I'm going to tuck our wires up away a little bit. I'm going to get our receiver unit and plug it in.
Now that we're finished with the wiring, don't forget to do this ground up properly. But don't put the kick panel back on just yet, because we're still going to need to reach that receiver to pair it to the sender after we finish putting it in the steering wheel. Next, we're going to remove the steering wheel. If you're not sure how, there's a link on screen now for a video on exactly how to do it. Once we got the steering wheel out, it's time to put in the sender unit. We need to remove the backing plate from the steering wheel. Undo these 4 Torx screws and remove the wires from these clips, which are part of the backing plate. Then, gently but firmly push the plate off the steering wheel.
I've run my cables along here, around, down underneath the side here. There's a little bit of space just here. I've attached my ground to the existing ground here and fed it up through here and connected the sending unit and connected the horn to the existing horn.
Keep this yellow wire within reach. We'll be connecting it to the horn pad after the steering wheel is back in the car.
Let's try putting all this back together again. Airbag connections. Plug that back in.
Plug the yellow wire into the horn pad. Once it's all back together, don't forget to reconnect your battery. Pairing is very simple. Just press the button on the receiver unit and then hold down one of the paddles for 3 seconds. You'll see the lights flash on the receiver, and you're paired. And now with it all installed, it's time for a drive. Hopefully this video has helped you to install your paddle shifter kit. Thank you to PVS Automotive for sponsoring this video. If you have any questions or you want to buy one, just get in touch with them and they'll be able to help you out. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like the subscribe thing.